Hi everyone. So a few days ago, I reviewed a video of a black woman who got arrested on her way to to report to her corporate masters, and that's exactly what I'm going to call them. And I was told that I was racist. That the only reason that I was defending her is because she's black, and the only reason that I was calling the police officers pigs is because they were white. No. Uh, the term pig actually comes from George Orwell's book Animal Farm. The pigs were in charge. So it goes through a cycle. The ducks, the pigs, the whole you can run through the whole gamut that the pigs were in charge during the whole duration. And democracy is tyranny of the majority. So that's what the term pig refers to. I know that some people have racialized that term to mean whites, but it's not white. It's because you're in government, and I am just as outraged when a white woman or white man or whoever is brutalized by the police. Democracy is predicated upon threat of physical force. So when democracy actually rears its ugly head when someone resists, right, or they don't comply with the law, that's when you see that it is predicated upon violence. But prior to that, it's a dog and pony show that you think that you're doing this of your own volition, that there's nothing violent going on. But no, as soon as you refuse to comply, you're going to see the true violent nature of democracy. I intend you are doing all right with everything going on. Unfortunately, with the inversion realm, I appreciate your channel and these videos. Thank you. Um, well, I just want people to get a different perspective because when they watch these videos, right, they need to look at this with jaundiced eyes. Because when I look through the comment section, everybody is siding with the government, right? There is no other side. Everyone's presenting the same side. I mean, this is the whole thing. The government has a monopoly on the use of physical force. The government has an army of lawyers on its side. The government has a media campaign running propaganda for its benefit. So it doesn't take any real thought or any intellect or courage to side with the government, right? For those who are going to speak against the government, that's going to take some original thought. Um, it's going to take a little bit of courage to go against the majority. And people are saying, well, you're not showing your face. Okay, so basically, you want me, it's not as if I haven't gone on camera before, I have, right? But you want me to go on camera so that you can destroy my livelihood, even though the government has already brought me to financial ruin, as it is. You want the government to have the ability to ruin me even further. So you want me to go on camera so that you can destroy me because I'm speaking out against government oppression. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I know I usually don't have a lot of people here when I do the live stream, but then people come later on and try to gang up on me. But I wish one of you people would actually come up while I'm doing a live stream and actually debate me on this because you really don't have anything to stand on. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show this video of this woman being brutalized. And yes, white women are not exempt. Everybody gets brutalized by this oppressive system. Okay, I'm on the run. Oh, here we are.
All right, Miss Hamill. Since you informed me that you've had that for 6 months.
Oh yeah, and we're just looking for a bed because we can't find a short bed. I mean, my brother's looking for it.
Can you at least get the light?
That's absolutely right. That's the reason why democracy, even though it's based on consent or it's based on the will of the people, it's also based on manufactured consent. So these people are not able to think for themselves, and most people don't have courage to stand up against the system. So it's not just the government that is oppressing us, it's the people who are oppressing us too. Because when one of us get out of line, it's the American people who side with the government in order to rein us in. They're going to impose social ramifications on the government's behalf. So they're going to socially ostracize you. They're going to destroy your ability to earn a livelihood. Um, even when you're fighting for them, even when you're speaking on their behalf, they have Stockholm syndrome. They're going to attack you because they have decided they're going to side with their oppressors. And with the white majority, they have been misguided into thinking that the government represents them. That was the whole trick of white supremacy during slavery. They tricked the Irish into thinking that they were on the side of power, that if they worked hard enough, they could own land and they could be slave owners too. But at the end of the day, the wealthy elite still look down on them and consider them white trash. So just because you're white, that doesn't mean that the system represents you. You still don't have any systemic power. You are nearly as oppressed as a black person. Maybe you get a little bit better treatment, but it's really nominal. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I don't know if I can get the they've got lights on them, don't they? They do have lights in them, and they do work.
Well, it's broken.
Yeah, I know it's broken.
So if you hit your brake lights, that white bulb's going to blind somebody at night.
Oh, okay. Well, can I put red tape on it? Will that work?
Yeah, but I don't think red tape's going to help you there. You don't have enough plastic to tape over.
Well, I kind of hate to buy one if I'm going to get the whole bed and it's going to have everything on it.
I got it.
Here's the thing. She lives in a small town, and a lot of these small towns, they don't really enforce these ordinances. Um if you live in an unincorporated municipality, meaning there is no municipality, municipal governments are corporations, but there are small towns which don't have municipalities. I even considered moving to a small town which isn't incorporated. The problem is that I don't know if I would be able to find work. And at this point, I have a mortgage, so it's not really feasible for me to pick up and move. I would like to see if I would have a better quality of life living in a small town when I'm not being harassed by the police all the time. Um, there are a few in my state. I've visited some, but they're really rural. They don't even have paved roads. Maybe I'll retire in a small town that isn't incorporated, but at this point I can't do it.
Gotcha.
I just don't want to spend the money.
I understand.
And, and I don't drive it to Texas. I don't drive it in the city. I go to Guthrie, Kingfisher. I'm going right now to check on cattle.
Okay. Well, I did issue for a defective equipment. It's $80. You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign there with the Exodus.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
I'm truthful.
Well, I'm not going to give you a warning for something you've been driving for 6 months.
But you've seen me in here.
That was her first mistake. She was truthful. It's better to play dumb, right? But the fact that she admitted that her brake lights were out for that long, and she's been getting away with it in her small town, he's going to use that against her. It's not as if you're honest, they're going to have compassion or empathy for you. And no, they don't give a shit about you. They just want to enforce the law. If she would have kept her mouth shut, maybe she would have gotten a warning. But yeah, she just dug her own grave. You can't have any integrity with the government. The problem is that you need to understand that this is an adversarial process. He's not on your side. You need to be defensive. You don't get to that was her mistake. She thought that he was there to protect her and serve. No, he is your adversary. Keep your mouth shut. Don't give him any information to use against you.
Seen me in
No,
town.
I haven't.
You had to have. I've been up here.
Nope. Either way, I'm issuing you a citation. Sign there, please.
Well, I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All
if
right.
that's all you want
Go ahead
to
and
do.
step out of the car.
Why?
See, the problem is that she thought she actually had a choice. Like, I'm just not going to sign it. She thinks the system is fair. I'm just going to be honest with him and reason with him, and then maybe he'll just leave me alone. No, 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 no. He's approaching your vehicle with a damn gun. So he's not playing games. Just if you don't take anything else away from this live stream, I want you to understand that government is predicated upon physical force or threat thereof. If you don't comply with the law, they're going to force you to comply through violent means. When you support democracy, you are supporting violence.
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
Step out.
No.
Step out. I'm giving you a lawful order. Step out.
She still thinks she has a choice. She doesn't realize that she's a slave.
You be fair with me and I'll be fair with you.
Step out.
No.
Why does she think he's going to be fair with her? He doesn't give a shit about being fair. They're making a profit off this, and I guess he'll get a pat on the back to say that he got all these tickets and he brought in all this revenue. If he doesn't bring in revenue, he's probably going to lose his job.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
I'm placing you under arrest. Step out.
You are full of shit because you're not placing me under no damn arrest.
Step out.
No, I'm not. No, I am
305,
not.
303. Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
Okay, so here's the point, right? I don't know that she's in Oklahoma. I don't know the laws in Oklahoma, but so she did talk shit, right? But at this point, now she's willing to sign it, right? So I don't know the laws of Oklahoma again, but in Texas, if you sign the citation, then they can't arrest you. But because he has an ego problem, he wants to escalate it because she challenged his authority. If she's willing to sign it, even though she talked shit before, he should just let her sign the damn citation. But no, he wants to arrest her and subject her to brute force in order to, I don't know, protect his ego and protect his, because he has a gun and a badge, and she challenged him. So now he's going to put her in her place.
Do you want me
Step out.
Now, a lot of y'all would say, why did she take off? She should have just complied. That's bullshit under natural law. Any animal who felt threatened would retreat. They would try to protect themselves. That is their natural instinct. You have become domesticated animals to where you don't even have the instinct of self-preservation, that you just roll over and accept your oppression. That your natural instinct is to flee. You have been indoctrinated to not do that, to just stand there and accept your oppression. But when you're in that moment, your natural instincts kick in and you would want to flee because you know that you're about to be oppressed. You're about to be brutalized. This guy is about to take your livelihood and possibly subject you to violence.
Dispatch. Got one taken off. See your ass!
Okay, so he immediately resorts to pulling a gun out. That is lethal force. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, when I say that government is predicated upon physical force, I mean that in a literal sense. What does she do to deserve to have a gun pointed at her? Does she deserve to die because her brake lights are out? I mean, that's what you guys are saying when you defend this bullshit. And when that black woman talk shit, she didn't flee. Y'all said she was ghetto. Y'all said she was ratchet and she deserved it. I really want to see what y'all say about this white woman. Did she deserve this shit?
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
He's holding a gun at her this entire time. You don't shoot unless you're willing to kill. Again, does she deserve to die because her brake light is out?
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
You better leave me!
Look at this. This is an old woman. This is a defenseless, elderly woman, and he's just manhandling her, throwing her on the ground. I'm trying to tell, this whole racism shit is really an okie doke. they treat white people the same way. Um, and people were saying that. Well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I have commentary in a second.
Put your hands behind your back.
Leave me alone!
Put your hands behind your back. Now.
I said, leave me alone. I mean it.
Okay, so she kicked him, right? That little tiny kick from this little old woman. They're saying if a black person had done that, then they would have been deleted. Um, I don't know. At the end of the day, she doesn't pose a real threat. She's not armed. Again, your natural instinct is to defend yourself, but you have become domesticated animals that you don't do anything. You just accept it. Um, if someone is attacking you, you're supposed to defend yourself. And this woman shouldn't even have to defend herself in the first place. The men of her community should have protected her so that she would never be put in this position. But no, the men are dropping the ball. It's not just black men, white men are dropping the ball too. You're not protecting your communities. You're letting these pigs run amok.
Leave me alone.
Put your hands behind your back.
So he just tased her and he's holding a gun at her still. I mean, what the hell?
Put your hands behind your back. Lay down and put your hands behind your back.
I will stand up.
Now.
I will stand up.
He doesn't know what her health condition is. He doesn't have any regard for her safety, her health. He could have killed her with that taser, but he doesn't care. All he cares about is getting compliance.
You will not. You're going to get it again.
And I know they're going to come in my comment section talking shit later, but this is your system. This is what you support. He who lives by the legalized sword shall perish by the legalized sword. So when you advocate for these laws, you want to oppress people thinking that this system serves you, you're going to be oppressed by the same laws that you advocated for in the first place.
What are your
And she lives in a small town, and I guess she went to the neighboring town to go or whatever she was doing, grocery shopping or whatever it was. When you live in a small town, this is less likely to happen to you because everybody knows everybody. And if you were to brutalize an old woman, there would be social consequences for it. Social ostracization is a real consequence that really does shame people into having basic humanity and compassion, but they don't have any compassion. And if they lived in your same community, which they served, then maybe this would be less likely to happen. But she's just another face. He's going to treat her the same way he would treat a black person. But if it were in a smaller town, when he would show, they have to suffer consequences, right? Even if you can't punish them legally, you can punish them socially. You can shame them. You can not show any respect for them when they come into your restaurants or your business establishments. They should be held accountable for something that would have a mental effect on them, so they would actually have to think about it. That they're not heroes; they are terrorists. That you should not welcome them into your community. You should not be friends with them. Yeah, I just talked to my dad about that, about why government tyranny is the main reason that I don't want to be here. Um, I'm going to be discussing that soon about the discussion I had with him. But yeah, the whole rationalization that a lot of black people come up with to justify putting their children in the system to be oppressed, I get it now. Now, I mean, it's come full circle that I was a little bit confused, but they know exactly what they're doing. They know it's not like they're ignorant. They know that they are putting their children in the system to be oppressed.
Don't move. Here. Go ahead and roll to your back. Alright, sit on your butt.
Trying.
Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm hurt.
What hurts?
Everything.
Alright, I got EMS on the way, just hang tight.
So he's the one who just brutalized her, and now he's going to act like he's concerned for her. Like, are you out of your damn mind?
You got a what on the way?
I got an ambulance on the way, check you out.
Ambulance? I don't need an ambulance.
Well, you got...
So he's going to send an ambulance, and then she's going to get billed for it. This is a woman from a very small town. She's probably poor. She can't afford that shit. That's the reason why she fled in the first place. She could not afford to pay that $80 ticket. For those of you who have money, you don't think that is a big deal, but an $80 ticket to someone who's on a fixed income is a very big deal.
Tased, so they gotta check you out.
Well, can you just stand me up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hip. Like, oh, don't do the arms that way.
Well, how do you want me to hold you up?
I don't know.
Well,
Can you get me in front?
How about you just lean up against my leg, alright?
Lean up against your leg.
Yeah.
You just held your fucking gun to my head and you just fucking tased me. Why would I want to lean up against your fucking leg? Are you out your damn mind?
Wait for them to get here.
No, wait.
I tell you, these people are fucking sociopaths. They don't even feel any type of guilt for anything that they do. They think this is normal. Yeah, I forget who said this, but it was something I'm going to eventually address it because I can't remember who said it, but the legal system basically it leads to a sociopath mentality because it basically rationalizes immoral behavior that you think that just because it's legal that it is morally justified. The law and ethics or morality are two completely separate things. You just attacked a defenseless grandma and you think that you don't even feel guilty about it.
Want to get here. Can you pick me up?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Help me get her up. There we go. Come on over here.
Terminated.
Yeah, 10-4, she's in custody.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how he reacts to the other police officers because yeah, that his type of behavior is rewarded.
That's clear. I have to have police on their way.
How long has this truck been around here like that?
So you see this other police officer, right? He's treating her like a human being. He's showing compassion to her. It's not just about whether she's physically harmed. It's also about her mental health and her psychological health. He's trying to comfort her. And watch how this other police officer responds.
Sir, you guys go stand over there.
Right. So he's trying to comfort her. He's trying to be a public servant, and he doesn't like that. He's telling them to go stand somewhere else. This is how you train police officers to become pigs.
All you do is sign the ticket.
305. Would you like any?
So after he just brutalized her, now he's going to sit up here and try to rationalize his behavior. Now she has to be a captive audience for the spewing of his status propaganda that he's going to tell her, if only you would have signed the ticket, I wouldn't have had to hold a gun to your head. If only you would have signed the ticket, I wouldn't have had to tase you and yank you out your car and throw you to the damn ground.
Don't you realize? Listen to me a minute. Do you realize,
Hold on. 305, can you 10-9 that?
you realize something? Nobody wants to.
Would you like any deputies to still continue that way?
Deputy.
Negative, deputies can 1022. Probably gonna need EMS out here to check her out. If you can go ahead and...
That's all he had to do in the first place. He could have waited for the deputies to respond, and then they could have dealt with the situation without using physical force. But no, he was in such a hurry to yank her out of her vehicle and tase her because he wanted to show her who's boss. He wanted to put her in her place.
Get a hold of GNS wrecking.
EMS has been advised.
All right, walk to my car, ma'am.
Can I shut my pickup off?
I'll turn it off for you. Come on. That's the taser cord. They're gonna get that out of you. All right.
Get it out of me.
Yeah, there's 2 prongs in you.
2 prongs in me. Oh, cute.
No, those other 2 guys were police officers. He called for backup, and then when they tried to comfort her, he sent them away.
Go ahead and have a seat. I'll turn the air on. I'll let you cool down.
Can you pull your seat up or something? Or
That's as much as we got.
Now, I know, even though I said it already, people are going to come in the comment section and say that all she had to do was sign a ticket. She did talk shit, but ultimately she agreed to sign the ticket, and he still yanked her out of her vehicle and tased her.
305, 302.
See, this is the thing. It's not just about whether you comply with the law. It's all about the psychological aspect. They want you to accept their authority. They want you to mentally see them as a force for good. That is the biggest threat to the system. Even if she had signed it and whatever, the fact that she doesn't think that it's fair, the fact that she challenged it, that is the problem. That's why she's a threat. It's not just because she refused to sign it. It's because she doesn't see their authority as legitimate.
So why didn't you take off?
Because I knew that you would arrest me.
I wasn't going to. All you had to do was sign a ticket.
But can you just listen to me a minute? Do you know that nobody wants to come to Cashin for any reason whatsoever, because they know it's going to be an $80 fine for some dumb something all the time?
Well, when you're driving around like that, where do you think you?
Again, she lives in a small town, so in her small town, probably an unincorporated municipality, she probably isn't getting harassed by the police like this. When you live in a large city, which is incorporated, you're going to be harassed all the time. And so I guess she doesn't think about it. She doesn't realize, okay, I'm not in my small town anymore. I'm going to be harassed. So let me read this comment. This world is beyond idiotic and so evil. It looks like this world will never have true justice served against the corrupt policy agents and governments. They'll probably always get away with. Yeah, they're all going to get. Okay. People are going to say that she can just argue it in court. No, this is a poor woman. She can't afford an attorney. They're not going to appoint her an attorney. Even though she's being arrested, she's probably going before a magistrate to be charged to get a probable cause determination. Therefore, she's not entitled to an attorney. He's going to get away with it. And there was a subsequent video, which I'm not going to review, where people in the public went to the police station to basically call him out on this, and he basically threatened to arrest them too. So he even after the fact, when the public tried to hold him accountable for it, he basically struck all responsibility and put it on her because she initially refused to sign the citation.
You can go driving around and get away with like that.
Guthrie, Kingfisher, because I'm going through Kingfisher right now to go to Loyal.
You may not listen.
And I've bought groceries.
You may not like the laws, but we're here to enforce them. Whether that be in Cashin, Oklahoma County, or wherever.
No, we don't like the law, but at the same time, you have to resist before it happens to you. When these laws are being promulgated, we're not even brought to the table. These laws are done without our consent, at least not with our knowing consent, but you consent to it by your omissions and by the fact that you do. Okay, so if she were to go before a jury, they would side with the police officer. So that is your consent, but it's going to happen to you too. It's going to happen to your grandma.
Okay. You guys are going to learn the hard way that we're not putting up with it.
Who's you guys?
The irony is that we're the ones who are putting up with, he's not putting up with anything. We're putting up with his bullshit. She's paying him, right? She's paying his salary to be oppressed. And okay, when I did that video about the black woman being arrested, they said that she was entitled. No, they are the ones who are entitled. He feels entitled to her money. He's going to brutalize her and subdue her through physical force, and he feels entitled to do that.
You're saying the Hamels.
The citizens. The citizens of Cash. All right.
Citizens.
So that's the whole point. Now he's blaming it on the citizens, and that's ultimately what democracy means. It's not really their fault. It's our fault because we gave our tacit consent to this shit. So for those of you who support democracy, you are supporting violence. You are supporting the brutalization of old white women. It is a violation. This is so beyond anything humane or ethical.
You break the law in Cash, and we're going to enforce it.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Hamel or not. Okay?
No, you did.
There's no point even talking to him. Only thing, his goal right now is to try to justify the fact that he just brutalized you. So he's not trying to be fair. He's not trying to listen to your side of it. The only thing you can do is hold him accountable for it. If he has to pay monetarily, then he will have to think about the consequences of his actions. You have to eliminate or get rid of qualified immunity. You have to resist in whatever ways you can because they do have a monopoly on the use of physical force. But ultimately, I think he deserves exactly what happened to her. He deserves for somebody to yank him out of his car, hold a fucking gun to his head, and fucking tase him the same way he tased her.
This, you did not have to taser me.
You wouldn't comply. You wouldn't get out. And then you tried to kick me. So,
Why?
yes, I did.
He's the one who initiated physical force against her. He's not the damn victim. She was defending herself.
Yeah, I tried to kick you because I'm a country girl. Because no, I
And
didn't
you got
like it.
It's not because she's a country girl. It's because her natural instinct knows that this is wrong. Her natural instinct is to defend herself. She's not a domesticated animal. She still has her animalistic instinct of self-preservation.
Case because of it.
Yes, and I didn't like being thrown on the damn ground.
Well, next time, listen to what I'm telling you to do.
Obey me like a fucking slave.
You're the one that escalated this. All you had to
Again, he's trying to put this shit on her. No, he's the one who escalated this shit. He's the one. Okay, let's just go from the top. She was minding her business. She wasn't harming anyone. He's the one who pulled her over with a fucking gun on his hip. He's the one who tried to take her livelihood from her. He tried to take her money, her property. I told y'all about past, present, future. Your money is a representation of your past. So that is one of your lives, your 3 cells. Your past is your money. Her past labor is her money. He's trying to take that from her. He's trying to take away her ability to provide for herself. He's the one who yanked her out of her vehicle. He's the one who tased her. He's going to flip it around and make it seem like she's the predator. She's the one who initiated force.
do a sign, you would have been on your way.
Fine, an $80 ticket.
No, if you would have left her the fuck alone, then they would have been. You're the one who initiated this shit.
That I had no business of even getting.
You told me you've been
$80
driving that for 6 months. That's half a year.
That's right. And
Okay.
every time that we try to find,
What do you,
Fire,
what do you plan on
305.
305.
did you get my keys?
I left them in there for the tow driver.
For the what?
They're going to tow your car.
They're gonna tow it.
Yeah, you got no one to drive.
I'm not paying no tow.
Stay in the car.
Leave my car here then. I'm not paying a tow.
You know the owners here?
Yes, I do. Very well.
I'll talk.
So they're basically going to steal her car because if they tow it or impound it, I should say, and she doesn't have the money to get it out of impound, they're going to keep it. They're going to put a lien against her car, and basically they're going to sell it at a public auction. So If they impound her car, it's pretty much gone if she can't afford to get it out. And you basically have to get it out right away, because if you let it sit there for a few days, those fees are going to rack up and it's pretty much gone.
So, all right.
Yes, you leave it here. I'm not paying a toll.
Sit back.
And they just really they just have an entire sense of entitlement. They think that none of this is a big deal. Just pay the fine. Just pay the impound fees, right? Because they're probably doing okay, right? Police officers make a lot more money than y'all think. In addition to their basic salaries, they make a lot. They make even more money doing private security. So when these private security companies hire them to direct traffic, they make a shitload of money. Some of these police officers are they're making more than attorneys. I know it's hard to believe that because they don't dress flashy. Um, if they direct traffic as a side gig in addition to their regular, they are making out like bandits. These are not poor people.
Don't be trying to bust
Okay,
my window.
I'm not. Can you get my phone and dial a number
I
for
will
me?
not. No.
No, I need to call and tell Gary,
Okay.
a cousin, I was picking him up so he could help me unload cubes at the farm at Loyal
Listen,
for the cattle.
You're not in charge right now. I am. Okay, right now you're in custody.
Okay, that's the whole point. She's not in charge. Her objective is completely diametrically opposed to his. I don't know what she has in her car. I don't know if she went grocery shopping, but again, this is a poor woman. She's worried about protecting her property, her truck, her groceries, whatever she has in her car. He doesn't give a fuck about that. If her groceries spoil and she doesn't have anything to eat, oh well. If um she was worried about locking up her truck, right? He didn't care about that. Her keys were still in there, so he doesn't have any regard for her property or her livelihood. The government doesn't serve any purpose, right? You pay them. What are they doing to protect you? Okay, I guess the people are going to come in the comment section and say that he was protecting the public from her. Like she was, I'm sorry. I don't even understand your perspective. I don't understand how brainwashed you are to think that he's protecting you. You're out of your damn minds.
And when I get you to the jail, you can make all the phone calls you'd like.
The jail?
That's right. You're going to jail. What do you think was going to happen?
Yeah, he's taking her to jail. So, I guess she is entitled to an attorney if they're sometimes they just if I don't know what time of day this was, if they just leave you in jail overnight until they can bring you before a magistrate, then they still don't necessarily have to appoint you an attorney. So once they bring her before a magistrate and charges her, they may release her, and in that case, she would not be entitled to an attorney. So he's going to get away with this shit. There was a statement from her attorney basically saying that he didn't have to resort to violent means in order to get her to comply. He basically was impatient. He's hot tempered. And because she didn't comply right away, he decided to brutalize her. So this is your government. This is democracy. This is what you support. These are the people you put in office, right? You didn't put him in office, but you elected a mayor or whoever appointed him and hire him for that position. So with that, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to be doing another one soon. Yeah, I have so much commentary, I just don't have enough time to do it. But I'll get another one done with today or tomorrow or sometime soon. Thank you for those of you who were here.